everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica, and today I have an update for you that's not a finale. I'm very excited about this, but let the chaos ensue because this is Clue Special Painting Edition. This is the third round, but my first round, but it is a Fantastic Ladies collab, so of course there's going to be all sorts of links down below. So there's going to be a link for Stephanie because she is the creator, the mastermind behind this one, and of course there's going to be a link to everyone that has joined in. This is a very fun project. I wish I had done it before. It is so much fun to do guesses and everything, and hopefully I saved my guesses. There it is. I'm like, please be in here. So this is a game related project, and you have to do guesses, which is kind of fun, and I have my armrest was in the way. You have suspects, weapons, and rooms, just like the board game that I used to play as a child, and you can work on 3 in each grouping at a time. So 3 suspects, 3 weapons, and 3 rooms. And then you do your guesses in the Facebook group. Stephanie is going to go over them, and she's going to give you reasons why it couldn't be either a certain suspect, a certain weapon, or a certain room. And then the ones that she tells you that it's not, then you can eliminate that. So like each guess has to have a suspect, a weapon, and a room. And so one guess might be Miss Scarlet in the conservatory with the wrench or something like that, and she'll give you a reason why it couldn't be either Miss Scarlet, the wrench, or the conservatory. And but she won't tell you if all of it's right. You'll just know one of those things is not right, and that way you can eliminate that, so you know not to be working on whatever that particular one is. You can have up to 3 guesses each month, and I am down to 2 guesses now because I only have 2 products in one of my categories, or two clues left in one of my categories, so I can only guess 2 in a month. It's okay, I can do this, because I don't want to guess if it's something they've already finished, just to get a 3rd guess, because I might re-eliminate something that has already been eliminated, and that really doesn't help me any. So I'm trying to be strategic in how I do this. So I am just going to be doing 2 guesses, and then we're going to go from there. So hopefully if I explained it enough. Probably not. So I will be bringing in some stuff. And one thing I did forget to say is you have to roll dice when you bring in something new, and that will tell you how many times you have to use that product before you can use it as a guess. All right, I think there's everything, but if not, Stephanie's going to be linked down below. Her intro probably explains it so much better than I ever could, because, you know, I'm a mess. And, you know I'm a mess when I've got a baseball cap on, because it was that day, and I'm on muscle relaxers, and I'm feeling good, and I just didn't feel like doing my hair, so, you know, it's all back here. And I've got my Hershey hat on, and I'm chilling, and I'm probably covered in dog hair because I was playing with my puppies. But you know what? We're here, we're doing the thing. All right. So I have some rollouts, but I have some guesses too. So the things that I guessed, let me get in here. My guesses were Miss Scarlet with the wrench in the conservatory. I did not remember that was what I guessed, but those were the things I guessed in my brain. And then I also guessed Professor Plum with the revolver in the lounge. So those were my guesses, my 3 things in each one. And Stephanie's response, which is the best part, is her response. It says, Jessica, it could not have been Miss Scarlet and could not have been in the lounge. Miss Scarlet deeply regrets her shoe choice for the evening. I want to know what shoes she was wearing. She isn't currently able to walk well enough to attack anyone and spent the last hour sitting in the lounge. She said nothing violent occurred there. I want to know what shoes she was wearing. Were they like Louboutins or something? Because those things look like they would hurt. So it's definitely not Miss Scarlet, and it's definitely not the lounge. So I know I can eliminate those 2, and that, you know, it's a process of elimination. We will get there. So let's get on to my suspects. So I guessed Miss Scarlet, which we now know was not a possibility. Miss Scarlet was a rollover from last month. I was unable to guess that because I just didn't have enough guesses to guess, but I'm still working on 3 products in that category because you never know how many you're going to get in your uses, and you know, your rollover might like save your bacon. So yeah, so Miss Scarlet, she is out of here. And then Professor Plum, I guessed. Oh, I didn't even tell you what I had for Miss Scarlet. Duh. See, this is always chaos. This project to me is always chaos because my brain just can't, like, I understand what's going on, but I can't always articulate it, and I can't organize it in my brain how to properly present it to you guys, so it's always going to be a hot mess. But my product was the Avon Line and Color Lip Pencil in Alarm Red. I only had 2 uses on this one. That's why it was so easy to get it done for last month and why it was a rollover. So yeah, that one is rolling out, going back in my drawer. And then Professor Plum, I had the ColourPop Super Shock Highlighter in You Got Mail. I only had 6 uses on this, pretty easy to get. And, you know, now that one is going back in my drawer. All right. While we're on suspects, I might as well just get all the suspecty things out of the way. Yes, I did just make up and mangle that word. So I have the Mrs. White prompt that is continuing on. So that is obviously something white. And I have the Nakery Beauty Skin Firm Serum Body Treatment. And I have a dog hair like right there between my lip and my nose. I got 10 uses on this. I only used it twice because just it's cold and gross. And when I get out of the shower, I want to just like hurry up and get dried off and get dressed. And so I haven't used it more than twice. I need to correct that. Let's see, Mrs. Peacock, something blue. I have the NYC in the Navy eyeliner pencil, and I got 7 uses on that one, and I got 4 of 7 done on that. I do think this one is definitely going to roll out for next time. So yeah, that one is easy. I am going to show you what I am bringing in for Professor Plum because that is the only other suspect that I have left in. So I have Mrs. White, Mrs. Peacock, and then Professor Plum. I am rolling him back in. And this is a product that I've worked on multiple times in this project. This is the NYX Concealer in a Jar in Lavender, which of course is a purpley color. And I need to figure out how many uses. Of course, it's going to jack up my balance, but you guys will be able to see. 6? Yes, that is 6. So let me put that in here. So I have 6 uses to get on that one. I don't think that's going to be a problem. All right, now we're going to scroll down on my incredibly long spreadsheet here, and we're going to go to weapons. Weapons, I only had 2 left. Everybody else has been, or everything else as far as weapons has been eliminated, I think. Is that correct? No, I have 3. I have 3, and 1 I was not able to finish my goal. All right, so that was going to be for candlesticks, something you put on display, which I like to display my nail polish. This is the Nail Boo in Day Glam. I got 7 uses when I rolled for this. I've only used it once, which is kind of sad because it's beautiful, and I'm sure I will be using it again soon, but it's been a rough month. We're working on things. Yeah, so 1 of 7 done on that one. And then I had my 2 rollouts. So Revolver, which is the whole collection roulette, which was one of my November guesses, and that was the Too Faced Love Palette in Darling, which is the green shade right there. I got 7 uses that I needed to get on that one, which I was able to get, and I still don't know if that one is, if the revolver is the thing or not, because we just don't know. But we do know No, we don't know. We don't know. We still have 3 weapons. See? Chaos. The wrench, also a November guess. That is something that twists up and down. So I had this little DIY lip balm. I rolled for 5 uses, got the 5 uses easily, really easily. And I didn't find anything out about weapons for this update. So, you know, we're still with 3 weapons. So I'm keeping the Nail Boo Day Glam in for candlestick. And then I got another dog hair on my lip. It might be the same one. It might have just fallen from like up here to down there. You just never know. There's dog hair everywhere because Jaeger is blowing his coat. And I like play with my puppies all the time because they're adorable. All right, so revolver. Whole collection roulette. I am going to insert the video of me spinning my roulette wheel for that. And I got the Avon Nailwear in Shimmering Sand. This is what she looks like. It needs to be shaken up. Really, desperately needs to be shaken up. But that is what it looks like. It's very pretty, very neutral, which is going to make it really easy to use. And it is on the thinner side. And I think that is going to allow me to use it as a topper, which should make it a little bit easier to get my uses on it. So we need to make my screen go dark again and figure out how many uses we need, if it will spin. Always with the nail polish, I get the big number, 11. That's a lot. That is a lot. All right, it's okay. We can do this. I only get 2 guesses, I think, anyway. Or maybe, you know what? I actually can guess 3 times. See, I'm all over the place tonight because I still have 3 weapons. So I think I just had 2 guesses because I didn't finish one. Oh my goodness. I'm a mess. It's okay. Muscle relaxers are my friend today. It's all good. You're here for entertainment, right? All right. And then wrench, something that twists up. I did change it. Even though this has been in the project before, I did change it from what I had in last month. I try to do that. I try not to roll in the exact same thing. So we are going back to the Buxom Powerful Lip Plump Balm in the shade Glowing. And she twists up and she twists down. It's a very pretty shade and it's just a tinted lip balm. And I think I just threw it. It got stopped by my hoodie. All right. Yep, that's going to drive me nuts. My dog hairs need to, my dogs need to keep their hairs off of my lip gloss lipstick. All right, let me put that over there. Whew, I am a mess. All right, we are done with that part of it. Now we need to do this part. You know, because it's an easy tinted lip balm, I'm probably going to get like a 2. 5. Still pretty daggone easy. It's okay. That'll probably be one of my guesses for next month. Yeah, that one's definitely good. I got 2 nail polishes in my weapons. All right, it's gonna be me and Day Glam. We're gonna be working hard. We're gonna do fingers. We're gonna do toes. We are gonna be doing accent nails, toppers of this, that, and everything else. Same with Shimmering Sand. We're gonna have a lot of mani-pedis. It's gonna have to happen. All right, let's move on to the rooms before I completely lose my mind. All right. So I had 2 guesses. 2 guesses, and one of them was a rollover. So the lounge, which was one of my guesses, that was a rollover from October. And I had the Essence I Heart Stage eyeshadow base, and we found out with the answers to my guesses that the lounge was not the room that bad things happened in. So that is going back over there into my drawer, and we can eliminate the lounge. Yay! Go me. And conservatory, which was a November guess. I don't know. It could still be a thing. So I had the Necessaire the lip balm in mint. And oh, did I even say what the prompt was? So for lounge, it's something you sit down to use. I do my makeup sitting down, so yeah, that one's eliminated. And conservatory, something that smells nice. And I have the Necessaire the lip balm in mint. And how many uses? 7. Totally easy to get. And that one is going back in the drawer. I probably will have to bring it in again at some point because I really like it. It's not this month though. All right, and then I had 2 other products that I was working on because one of them was a rollover from the previous month. So I had the haul, and that is something that made a good first impression. And that was the Desert Essence 100% Australian Tea Tree Oil. I rolled for 8 uses. I only used it once because I've been using other things as well. As you'll see in a minute, I had this problem that I had multiple products throughout different projects that work in a similar fashion, and I don't want to layer them, especially with skincare, because I don't want my skin hating me. So yeah, I only got 1 use on this, but I have a feeling it will be ready to roll out for next month. I also didn't prioritize it. I also did not prioritize it because I knew I could only make 2 guesses this month, and I already had 2 rooms, so it wasn't really a priority to work on it for the past month. All right, and then library, anything but tell a story about it, and that is the Ordinary Salicylic Acid 2% solution. I rolled a 2. I only needed to use it twice. I haven't used it at all, again, because I either use salicylic acid or I use tea tree oil. They both work extremely well for my oily skin, and I'm working on, in another project, the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Breakout. So again, I only needed 2 rooms to be able to guess. I already had 1 rolling over, and the lip balm was super easy to get. So yeah, it'll be a different story for next month. All right, so since I'm already working on 2 things, I need to bring 1 new prompt in, so I'm always working on 3. And I decided to bring the conservatory back in because even though I guessed it this month, I didn't find out whether or not it was the place. So I needed to bring something in that smells nice, and then I need to roll and see how many uses. It smells really, really good. It's kind of coconutty. It reminds me of the beach. Yeah, it's kind of like, it reminds me of the Shea Moisture, the smoothie. I don't even remember what it's called anymore. I really like it, and my brain is fried right now. But that's what the smell reminds me of, and I really enjoy it. So it's turned the wrong way. So I am going to see how many uses I need. Let's turn it and see how many uses we need. 11. I'm okay with that for hair care. Totally okay with that. So I think between now and next update, I'm going to focus on the Nacre Beauty. I'm going to get those last 8 uses. I need 3 uses on the blue eyeliner. That's not going to be a problem. And then I just rolled in the NYX Concealer in a Jar Lavender. I could potentially have all 3 of those ready to roll out for the next update. The problem is going to be my weapons. I think that I can easily get the 5 uses on the tinted lip balm, but 11 uses on this polish and 6 more uses on this polish is going to be difficult. So we're just going to see what we can do. I might only knock things over. I might only get 1 use. Goodness gracious, Jessica. I might only get 1 guess for the new month. So we'll just have to wait and see. And then on my rooms, I think I can easily get my 2 uses on the, not this one. I need 7 uses on the Desert Sands tea tree oil, and then I need the 2 uses on the Ordinary Salicylic Acid. I don't think those are going to be a problem at all. Just like I don't think it's going to be a problem to get 11 uses on the leave-in conditioning repair cream. So once again, it is it's the weapons that are going to bite me in the butt and make it so I can't guess that much. But I'm going to work hard and see if I can't get some good progress on some of these things, and fingers crossed that I do a lot of manis and petties and can get every single time Greta likes to make her noise. Hopefully I can get at least one of the nail polishes rolled out so that I can possibly get 2 guesses for the new month. Alright, that is everything. Check out all the links, and hopefully this will be coming back for a new round once, once the time is right. Because this started in June, so maybe the new round will be starting in June. Who knows if I will even be done with this round by then. But definitely go check out Stephanie and everyone else that has joined in. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until I see you on my next video, have a beautiful day.